The 4th of March, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Well, you have to wish. Okay.
Morning, Phil.
Good morning.
We back to Bava?
Yeah.
We've been back to it for a very long time.
Oh,
When did we start?
Lost track years ago.
last century.
Okay. So. Yeah. So that'll be a. Everybody should think what the Masech do you want to do after Bava Kama?
But we have, before that, we've got something very important to think about.
What?
We've got the Hadran and Siyum.
Oh. Okay, we'll think about that too. Okay, so let's see. Yesterday we were trying to figure out about the these stitches in the loom, and so now we go further. We're up to the next thing. The next thing is Gemora's bringing what we learned in a brisa. Mashveyu le'arkoi avalo l'rachbo. This can be found. Right after the two dots. Two dots at the end of the line. It's about 10 lines down from the top of the page.
Mm-hmm.
And we start on the line after the two dots where it says Teku. Mashviyu le'arko avalo l'rachbo.
119B2, left-hand column, third paragraph. The Gemora again notes.
Okay. Alan, you want to start? It's Alan's birthday today, Phil.
Oh, Yom Huledet Sameach.
Amen.
Alan, you are muted.
Mic'd.
Not anymore.
No. And if you said thank you to Phil, he didn't hear it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so which line is it?
Alan, how old are you?
81,
81. Wow. Baruch Hashem.
1943.
Okay.
Only child.
Oh, wow.
But we now have a big family from one. Baruch Hashem.
Baruch Hashem.
Baruch Hashem.
All right, 119B2, left-hand column.
That's
Yeah.
right. Third paragraph. The Gemora again notes.
Okay. Let's see. More again notes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. Okay. Gemora again notes a contradiction between this brisa and another brisa. Umash behu la arabo abo lo le bo bu. A brisa states, and he evens the garment out along its length, but not along its width. Or sanayor, i.e., ipachor, but the opposite has been taught in another brisa, that he should even out the garment along its width, but not along its length. Then the Gemara answers, Lo Kisha, there is no contradiction. Or being more, this first brisa, which requires him to even the length, deals with a cloak whose length is visible than when worn. Nay. This second brisa, which requires him to even the width, deals with the belt whose length is not visible when worn.
Yummy.
It's a footnote,
Uh-huh.
long one. When a cloth belt is worn, only the two ends that hang down after the belt is wrapped around the body are visible. Hence, it should be evened out along its width. It was Rashi. Unlike most garments that were attached to a tentering frame along the length, a belt was attached along its very short width. For example, its ends. The ends were the most highly visible parts of the belt. Since the ends needed to be cut cleanly, it was there that the loops used for stretching were sewn.
Hmm.
What was sewn there?
The ends were most likely visible of the belt. Since the ends needed to be cut cleanly, it was there that the loops used for stretching were sewn. So there are loops, which I guess held the belt.
The loops on the garment. They
Yeah,
hold the belt. Okay.
and I don't think the pictures show it.
No.
Why was the belt not visible?
Probably the fault of the garments, of the outer garments that were being held up, belt sort of go over it, and
They had very flowing and loose fitting clothing.
something like that. Part of the belt probably was seen, but
Okay.
There's actually a Rashi which answers your question, Rabbi.
What's that?
There's a Rashi which explains why the belt's not visible.
Oh. Oh, let's take a look.
where's the Rashi?
I don't know. I just saw it in footnote 8.
Oh,
Okay, let's take a look at the Rashis. Rashi's. There,
the Humana thing.
okay, the first, there is a Rashi that starts Glima Mashrei Lako, that the cloak is even on its length. And it says it will explain above. And then it's Haimuna, where the gray line is, right where the gray line is,
Yeah.
to the right of it. The first one doesn't really say much. The Glima, the cloak, even at its length, it will say above. The Haimuna The hamuna is the belt. This is the belt. Einu nireh. It's not apparent. Shnei rashim, only the two ends. Hatlu l'kaf, that are hanging from it. Mishum, because l'rachva, it on its width. They rishon, two ends. Hatlu that are hanging.
Kaf mashbeh. Therefore, he's going to even out this hamyuneh, the belt, l'rachba, according to it, along its width. L'rachba shtei rosheha. It's two heads, it's two ends. Hatalui, which are hanging. Uh-huh. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Fine. And now we go to the next. Tanu Rabbanan, Ein Lokhin Min Asorik, Mochin. So we call upon Roy to continue the reading.
Okay, so the introduction to that is here is our Mishnah rule that the shreds of wool, a teasler comes out of the garment, belongs to the owner. Oh, right. The shreds of wool a teasler combs out of the garment belongs to the owner, not him. The Gemora cites a brisa that elaborates this point. Here we go. Tanu Rabbanan, the rabbis taught in a brisa, Ein lokachin min hasorek machin mipnei sha'eno shalo. We do not buy shreds of wool from a teasler, for the ones he removes in his work do not belong to him. Uvamakom shenehegu lechayos shalo lokahin. However, in a place where the custom is that the shreds taken off by the teasler belong to him, we may buy shreds from him. If it's a custom, you can. All right. Uvechol makom lokachin mehen mele mochin. And in all places, it is permitted to buy from a teasler a pillow filled with shreds. V'choses milaya mochain, or a mattress filled with shreds. So the Gemora explains. Will I read the Gemora explains? Or not?
Oh, let's see. Do we have any Rashi? Doesn't look like we have any Rashi yet, so may as well read the Gemara. Continue, please. My time. Oh, you're up to my timer.
Yeah. The Gemara.
So why is it? Yeah, you cannot buy the muchin, but when he puts all the muchin into a pillow, then you could buy them. Why? Would be an obvious question.
Mm-hmm. All right. May ta'ama. What is the reason it's permitted to buy a pillow or mattress filled with shreds? Perhaps they are stolen. The reason is, even if they are stolen, Kaneu Bishinoi, that Tesla has already acquired them through the physical change they underwent when they were fashioned into the pillow or mattress.
Okay, so this is we had this before, I remember. A shinui. He does the person the Goslin does he steals wood and and makes it into a chair. We had another case like this, and so that's the rule is that if he makes a total shinui in the article that he stole, such as fashioning a chair out of some wood, so then he could so then he makes an acquisition. So it belongs to him. So you could buy it from him because he already acquired it.
There's a note here that covers the question about it's only a temporary change because you can take out the shreds from the pillowcase. To effect an acquisition of the stolen property, one usually needs a permanent physical change. Filling a pillow with shreds is not a permanent change, since one may simply take the shreds out of the pillow. However, since there is only a doubt that the property is stolen, even a lesser physical change is sufficient to effect the acquisition. Ravad and C. Yad David to 118b.
Yeah, so we're talking about a case where you don't know for a fact that that's what he did. Maybe he made a deal with the owner and said, "Look, I got all these shavings from your garment. Do you want them? What's the guy gonna say? Oh yeah, I want them. What's he gonna do with them? He'll put them in his house. He'll bring it back home, and his wife will say, "What do you got all this stuff for? Get it out of here. What'd you bring it home for?" So there's not really anything that he can do with it because he's not a teasler, but a teasler could do things with it. So maybe he bought it off of the guy. We don't know. In other words, we're not talking about a case where we know for a fact that the thing was stolen. So since we don't even know whether it was stolen, yeah, we don't even know whether it was stolen. So that's enough already to so therefore what?
It says it's such a minor thing, apparently. Even a lesser physical change is sufficient to affect the acquisition because of the doubt.
Yeah, okay. Not sure exactly. I know it's Yeah, I think that's the main point. The main point is you don't really know that it's stolen. if you don't know that it's stolen, so then there's nothing to talk about. I mean, if you would know that it was stolen, there would be no doubt that that this shinui, that is not enough of a shinui. All he did is he put the shavings into a pillow. He didn't do anything to the shavings themselves. You could take the shavings out, and you'll have the exact same shavings that he stole from the guy, if in fact he stole them. That's the whole question. Maybe he didn't steal them. Maybe he bought them from the guy. But I don't see how if he would know for a fact, if the buyer would know for a fact that he didn't pay for them, and he's taking them from the guy, so then I don't think that he'd be able to buy them. It's not enough of a shinui. Okay. All right. That's what the Gemara means. Oh, it's a little bit hard to fit into the words of the Gemara, though, that answer, the way I'm understanding it, because it says the reason why he's able to buy it is because he acquired it with a shinui. What we're saying is, no, he didn't really acquire it with a shinui. He's allowed to buy it because he doesn't know that he stole it. The Gemara says, "My timer, why is it that you're allowed to buy such a pillow?" The Gemara says, "Oh, he acquired it with a shinui." The Gemara sounds like the acquisition that the Tiesler has is he made an acquisition because of the shinui. But we're saying the shinui is not really a shinui. Not really a shinui. He just stuffed them into a pillow. It's not a shinui.
So I have a footnote here, number 11. So to effect an acquisition of stolen property, one usually needs a permanent physical change. Filling a pillow with shreds is not a permanent change, since one may simply take the shreds out of the pillow. However,
Right.
since there is only a doubt that the property is stolen, even a lesser physical change is sufficient to affect the acquisition, according to the Ravad and Yad David.
I mean,
David is to 118b. So maybe if we've got a Yad David, we might be able to have a look.
no, I don't have either one of those for him on hand.
We haven't got. We don't have it here, Yad David.
You need to have Otzer Chachma program in your computer, and you'll have 100,000 Sforim at the tip of your hands, of your fingers.
Love to have it.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah,
But
I think two birthdays ago, I was promised to have that, but I didn't get it yet, so I'm still waiting.
But you haven't made enough hints, persistent enough hints.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean that's I mean, according to what the note that you read says, and according to the language of the Gemara, I would agree that that's what we're saying. Just find it difficult to understand it. But okay.
We see this maybe as an exception.
Well, whatever you want to call it, but it's got to be a he's got to we're saying that we're saying that the Tiesler already has made an acquisition.
Mhm.
That's also something. Well, that's what the Gemara says. Konaneu b'shinui. The Tiesler made an acquisition with the shinui. It's not. It's not that the. It's not like a case of Gezel and Yeush and Shini Rishus that you can make a kinyan. The buyer makes a kinyan away from the owner, because that case relies on Yeush. The buyer, we have to know that we have to know that the original owner despaired. We're not making up such a story over here, because it's not warranted in the language of the Gemara. But according to the Ravid, even though we generally say, yeah, yeah. I mean, it could be, if we would look over there, where is this Gemara that says this din? If it's a shinui, which is really not a shinui, it's a shinui which is a choser lebrioso. So we say that it's not koina. This is a Gemara in Tzadi Gimel Amid Beis. It could be that there's more than. It could be that could be it's a machlekes about this. Tzadi Gimel Amid Beis. Let's see. I'm going to take a. It's a 93B.
93B. Oh. 90B. Oh,
Oh yeah, this is the beginning of the parak. Goes Leitzim, he steals wood. Asan Kalim, he makes vessels with the wood. Sam Rabbi Asan Begodim, he steals wool and he makes clothing. Now, where does Gemara mention this this term of Shine Achoza Lebriosoi?
is it chart on 93B3?
Ah, here we are. 1 second. Eitzim Asan Kalim. He takes wood and he makes vessels out of it. But Eitzim Meshupin, my Ninu Nesarim. The Shinu Hahadar Libriosa, who? The boy Mishalef Lahu, Semer Ba'asan Begodim. It's Semer. Tavoy, the Shinu Hahadar Libriosa, who? Iboy Sosole. And therefore what? Kol Shekain Shinui Deraisa, Tana Bra, Shinui Deraisa Katani, Veshinu Derabonin Lo Katani. Mm-hmm.
Return the object as it was when you stole it. If the pieces are in the cushion, in the pillow or the mattress, they're part of a mattress or part of a pillow. They're stuffings, but they can be considered as part of a pillow. Otherwise it wouldn't be a pillow.
No, there's no issue that it's that it's definitely what we call a shino achozel bioso. That's his question. He's not saying that it's not.
Yes.
In the question, the Ravid is saying it's shino achozel bioso. It's not kona. And in the answer also, he's saying it's a shino bioso. But he says in this case, it will be a Kenyan for some reason because it's hard to understand. I mean, it's true. The buyer, he doesn't know whether this Teasler stole the shavings, right? He doesn't know. But that shouldn't be any reason why that the Teasler should make a. We're talking about the Teasler making an acquisition in these shavings. Either he did or he didn't. If all he did was make it into a pillow, so that's a shini chosabriyasa. That's not a Kenyan. What's it have to do with whether he stole them or not? Maybe he didn't steal them. Okay, maybe he didn't steal them. So it's not stolen altogether. But it doesn't affect the fact that the shinui that he made in the shavings is not a shinui, right? It's really hard. I mean, I don't understand the Ravid. The Gedolei Harishonim, the Ravid. He was many hundreds of years ago. We cannot argue with the Ravid. All we can do is say we don't understand him. But anyway, okay. So that's what it says. We have any time? 3 minutes. Okay. Let's go to the next case. Yeah. Very difficult. Okay. All right. Tanu Rabbanan, Ein Lokin Migardi. Lou, you want to read?
The rabbi's taught in the Brisa, we do not buy from a weaver. Lo irin, not, it says stoppers.
Irin?
Irin, it says this means stoppers. An era is a wad of wool that is stuck into a certain part of a weaving tool called a kuchyar, a shuttle. Okay, anyway, lo nirin, which is not needles.
It says heddles. Doesn't say needles. It says heddles.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right, heddles, right, whatever that is.
Technical term.
Yeah, it has to do with the shuttle, with the thing that you use to carry this thread back and forth. Velo pun kalin, nor tapestry bobbins. Another part of the shuttle. Below Shirei Pikios, nor leftover spools of thread. Aval Lok Chin Mehen Beged Menu Mar A Rev Ush Si Ta Vui Va'arig. But we can buy from them a garment that is speckled weft thread or warp thread.
That's the Erev Shesi. Menumar is the speckled. Erev Shesi is the weft and the warp.
Right.
And then in the last two words, tavu v'ari,
Spun or woven.
spun or woven. And there's a lot of Rashi on this that we'll have to do tomorrow, which most probably we won't understand because most probably going to be old French words of these things, not the technical terms. We'll see what they are. Okay.
Anyway, essentially what it's saying is you can't buy from a weaver any of these things that go into the the tools of the trade, so to speak.
Because he's just the worker there, and the owner of the loom owns these things, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, very good.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Well,
Have a great day, everybody. Bye, Phil and Roy and Lou, and happy birthday to Alan, number 81, Leon Hara. Wow,
Hey, for Alan.
wonderful.
All right.
Well.
Hey, everybody. Bye. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.